guys, currently looking at the state of modern football, I think you can't take away the commercial side of football. Is it necessary for a club to commit to the commercial side of football?
Okay. To be very honest here, when you're on the management side, you tend to look more about money. Trophies are just icing on the cake for you because you don't want a situation where you don't have money to pay players. You can't maintain anything in your club. You can't improve the youth facilities. You can't do nothing in the club. When Ronaldo came in and said the pool, the facility, some of the things he left and came to meet are still the same, immediately they organized themselves and went to fix those things. So you can imagine if they were not focusing on the commercial side, which is the money side, it wouldn't have happened. Let's take a club like, let me say Norwich. When you compare Norwich, or let me say Brighton, when you compare Brighton and Manchester United right now, you'll say Brighton plays, nice football. They have, an understanding of what they are doing. But when it comes to money and the kind of signings they do, it can never be compared to Manchester United. They would have to go to, I don't know, recommend some gem in some second league at Brazil who goes for like 2 million. And, you would have to, when you want to win the league, you would have to go for somebody like Haaland, who will cost you like 70, 80. And that money comes from your jersey sales. That money comes from your endorsements. That money comes from the little investments you do. So, and also for Man United, especially, when you say we haven't spent in football, we spent a lot compared to the other teams. I mean, apart from City, it's United who has spent a lot of money. It's just that they don't really have a philosophy to fit the kind of players they want in their system. That's the only issue here. That's why they brought in Hag Ali. He has a clear plan, and they made a few changes, which is change the coach, change the some of the management team, the directors, and all of that, just to suit the system. So trophies are icing on the cake, but the money is very important. Ronaldo taking 510,000. We see how Bayern Munich are, finding it difficult to allow such a player in. Look at Barcelona. Barcelona should actually be the best case study. They've won the Champions League. I think they won 3 in 5 years, right?
Yeah.
Or 3 in 6. And you know the kind of money it generates. The endorsements Barcelona got. The management was poor. The money coming in, they were just doing it. They are owing the young about 60 million euros. But that's actually peanuts for Man United, to be honest. For a director to tell you money is not the problem, you should know that they really have the commercial side on board. So money is the basis. Trophy is like just 20%. Is the icing on the cake. That's what I'll say.
Okay. So Cavani, what's your take on the commercial side of it?
I think it goes hand in hand. So if you are winning in the trophies, you get bigger endorsement deals. Remember, before Liverpool went down, Liverpool was being sponsored by Adidas. The moment Liverpool started going down, Adidas went up. They stopped providing kits for Liverpool. And then we didn't get any better sponsorship. The only sponsorship we got to provide shirts for us was called Warrior.
Yeah,
you remember.
That was the lowest point of Liverpool.
Because, Liverpool was unattractive. And then after Warrior, I think then came in New Balance.
Yes.
And then New Balance held the fort till when we won the league. Then Nike came in again.
Yeah.
So performance will bring in bigger, how do you call it? Yeah, bigger deals. We were talking about United having American owners, and then Liverpool also having American owners. Sometimes with the owners, they have their philosophy, they have the direction they are going, and then as a manager, they also have to find a manager that will suit the direction in which they are going. I don't know the year the Glazers came in,
but then 2004.
Even in 2004, Ferguson still understood their way of business, and then stuck with them and they were able to win more trophies. They came in 2004, 2008, won Champions League. We were winning the leagues back to back. We were sweeping almost everything. Once in a while, Chelsea will come and distract you guys. It was the same with Liverpool, you know. So I always think that. So when Klopp leaves, which manager is going to understand these owners like the way Klopp does? Because even after winning everything, we still have an amount of money to use during transfer. Maybe we have 100 million, Liverpool have 100 million to use during transfer. When that 100 million gets finished, that's it. There's no money coming from anywhere, unlike Chelsea. So if you want that extra money, then you have to sell from within the club, sell some of your players, to raise that money to buy other players. And that's what Klopp is good at. Amount spent on Nunes is around £85 million. We were able to get 42 million from Bayern Munich for Sadio Mane, from the sale of Sadio Mane. We sold Minamino, we sold other players. So before you realize, that's when that net spent thing will come. Before you realize, you spent only small amount of money on that next day. But when you are comparing that to a club like Chelsea and Roman Abramovich, if the manager says, I want this, they'll buy it for him. I want that, they'll buy it for him. So under such management, the moment you don't perform, your head is chopped off because whatever you want is being provided. But then someone like Klopp, you have to sell and buy. You're always being given the benefit of the doubt that, okay, I didn't provide all that you need, so I'll give you a second chance. So the endorsement deals becomes right. If your club is attractive, you get more endorsement deals. And how do you get more endorsement deals? You get it by winning.
Yeah. So for me, I think it's like the current world itself operates on branding. You understand? So like the branding is very, very necessary for every aspect of business, and that's the same when it comes to football. I mean, some years back when we bought Pogba for 89 million, people were shouting all over the place, hey, 89 million. Fast forward, Neymar was triggered 200 million. You understand? So it's all about the branding. You understand? So I think sometimes most of the clubs, especially Man United, we kind of lost focus trying to merge the football aspect and then the commercial aspect. Because for a while, as you mentioned, like we were winning the EPL, we were winning the Champions League, so the endorsements were coming in, the funds were coming in. Then the managers realized, okay, we are getting the commercial aspect of it, we are getting the money, so let's forget, the manager will do the rest. And as you can verify, Alex Ferguson was not buying any commercially active players. He was buying the ordinary players, and then he are fitting into the team, and we are winning. Yeah. So the managers obviously will go, they'll just go like, oh, okay, the manager is doing the job, let's just reach in the money. You understand? And I think that's where United lost track of what we're doing for a very long while. On the side of Liverpool were going down, and then they realized, oh, before we come back up, we need a good performance before we can actually get all those funds that we've lost in the past. So quickly they brought in Klopp, and fast forward, they are getting to where they need to be. So I think the commercialization is very important, because as a team, you can't really do anything if you don't have the funds. And sometimes the team just lose focus. Barcelona was making this same money, but then they've actually mismanaged most of their funds. I mean, I don't know how you sell one player for 200 million and then fast forward, you are bankrupt. It doesn't even make sense. So it's very necessary. The branding, the commercialization, everything is very necessary. But then the teams need to find the balance to match the two, so that just as you are making the commercial aspect valuable to yourself, you are also pleasing the fans with the football aspect. Because you can't just, because we don't spend some of the money that you are making. If we go buy player 80 million, it doesn't affect my pocket in any way. All I want is for United to score Liverpool for me to jubilate. So you need to please me. You understand? While you make your own money. So yeah.